Hi everybody, this is Aaron from bodysculptnyc Fit TV, and today I'm going to go over something that I think is really important, and that would be how to pick a personal trainer. Well, the first word of advice that I would give you is gravitate towards someone that looks the part, someone that looks as though they train themselves. Odds are that if a person looks like they're in shape and they look like they've gotten themselves to a certain degree of fitness, odds are they'll be able to guide you on your journey to getting in shape. Now the flip side to that coin is there are certain trainers that don't look fit, but the way you address that would be just ask for referrals. Talk to some of their clients, their existing clients. Find out a little background about the person. You know, is this person compatible with you? What's his personality like? Is he fun? Is he energetic? You know, somebody that's just going to be able to work well with you. Next thing I would do is I would ask for a complimentary session. Say, hey, look, you know what? Do you mind if I, test out your services? Let me see if it's worth it for me. And odds are a lot of guys will do that for you. Now, just a side note, a person doesn't necessarily have to look like a huge bodybuilder to be a good trainer. They can have a certain level of fitness. In other words, they've got a six-pack of abs, or they just look like, Michael Phelps. But the bottom line is they have some degree of tone to their body that appeals to you. So that's kind of like the way you want to gravitate. The next thing I want to go over is certifications. Now, just because someone has certifications doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a great trainer. Certifications were made to regulate the industry. Back when I started doing this, a long time ago, we didn't have personal trainers. I worked in a gym. When I worked in a gym, I would do the front desk and sign up members, and I would clean the bathrooms and put weights away, and I would help new members learn how to use equipment. Now everything has been compartmentalized to the point where everybody has individualized the mechanics that go into running a successful gym. So, certifications again are just a way for people to regulate across the board a level of knowledge for everyone to have. So, what's the best certification? Well, what I would suggest for the people that are looking to purchase training, National Academy of Sports Medicine, N.C, A.S, those are really, really top of the line certifications. They're probably the best in the industry. If you are looking to become a personal trainer, what I would suggest is that you call the gym or the facility in which you want to work, and then what you do is you ask them, say, hey, look, what are the certifications that you accept? And basically what you do is go after the certification that they're going to take, because a lot of places don't accept, like let's say ACE, for instance. They might take ISSA, or they might take NASM. So again, that's something that you want to kind of check on. Now, when you sit here and you look for your trainer, make sure that he can show you a degree that has a date on it that's current. These things expire, and the reason why they expire is because the industry is constantly changing. The reason why the industry is constantly changing is because there's always different trends coming about in the fitness industry. So they expect us to constantly upgrade, our skill set. So make sure that they have, a reputable company. Like, I have an NASM, I've got an ISSA. You know, they're certified personal trainer. You know, a lot of them will shorten it to CPT. That's what it means, certified personal trainer. I have a nutritional degree from Trinity College. You know, these are some of the things that you want to look for. I've got some specialty certifications from Reebok, corrective exercise. This is really important. You want to make sure that they have a CPR card. You want to make sure that they have something that is valid. And again, you want to check the dates to make sure that they're all current. One of the things that I do, I'm a martial artist. So whenever I teach martial arts, I always show everybody that I have my Shodan from Goshindo Kempo and from Samurai Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of times what happens is some of these guys, you know, they teach kickboxing or, you know, whatever the new fad is, you know, MMA is kind of like the new trend right now. You know, there are guys out there that are doing this for years and that really know their stuff. And then there are other guys that you kind of go to a class and you take a 4-hour class and you learn BS basics, and you can go out and now Joe Blow is a certified Thai boxing instructor and you can go out and teach this stuff. And personally, I think that's a disservice to the whole industry because you're going to be teaching improper techniques and you're not going to know how to use a lot of the tools that you've been given. So that's something for you to think about. Other than that, you know, again, what you want to do is you want to look for certain things in a trainer, like, does he address your needs? Can he answer your questions? You know, can he give you honest answers? And does he try to BS you by giving you a lot of fluff? In other words, does he try to get really technical? You know, when you say, hey, you know what, I need a really good shoulder movement. And he's like, well, you know, well, there's a lot of exercises that are good for the shoulder. You know, I mean, there's stuff that I can show you for the trapezius. There are things that I can show you for the anterior, for the posterior, or rear deltoid. I mean, these are things that clearly show you that he knows anatomy, but does he know how to speak to you in layman's terms and just basically tell you, you know, this is what it's for? I'll give you a typical example. When I teach people how to do stiff leg deadlifts, I tell them you want to bring the bar up to your tuberosus, which is a fancy way of saying right below the knee. So you understand what I'm saying? If you're speaking to a medical professional, they'll kind of be able to understand that you know what you're talking about, but the average person will also be able to follow your instruction. And that's another thing that's really important. Does your trainer know how to articulate instruction? If he can't clearly demonstrate and articulate what he wants you to do, you're going to have a little bit of a problem when you're on the floor with him trying to understand things. And some of these things that we teach aren't things to kind of guesstimate when you're out there performing and executing exercises, because some of the things we show you can be potentially hazardous and dangerous for you. So I hope that this was insightful. I hope that this kind of clarifies some of your needs. And, you know, thank you for tuning in to this episode. And make sure you rate this video. And if you like what you see, tell your friends. All right. Thank you.